Hi, my name is Jon Gregory. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Vitruvian. We do fitness technology. We're founded, born and bred in Perth in Western Australia. We've been going for about 4 years now. Perth is just a brilliant place to found and grow a technology company. Vitruvian was founded 4 years ago to bring the best of technology to fitness and strength training modalities. Strength training has been stuck in the dark ages for thousands of years with humans pushing metal around in order to get a benefit. Vitruvian came along 4 years ago to apply actual technology in terms of hardware, firmware, software, and the best of modern technology to the resistance training experience and bring that to the world. When Vitruvian was founded, we threw out the kitchen sink of how resistance training was done. No more metal weights, no more barbells, no more dumbbells, but cables, and on those cables, tension, which is controlled 1,000 times a second using electronics. And that tension is created using electromagnetism, and that just means that we're no longer tied to a static weight, and we're no longer tied to fighting against gravity to do our resistance training. We're fighting against electricity and technology. So everyone who works here has got a machine at home, and can obviously use all the equipment in the office. And this is like cutting edge algorithmic training, just one of Vitruvian's unique selling points is just how hard you can work. Vitruvian was founded 4 years ago on an angel check, and it was founded in Perth because that's where I'm from. I have a young family, not so young anymore, going to school here. Perth is a brilliant place to live. And I didn't see any reason why you couldn't found a technology company from Perth. I figured the working population was highly educated and highly skilled, and that we'd be able to find all the skills that we needed, from software to electronics to hardware, in Perth. Yeah, and I didn't see Perth as being a barrier as a location to found a great technology company. In fact, I thought there might be actually positively good reasons why you might want to found a technology company in Perth. Some of those reasons are location to the rest of Southeast Asia, which is where all our manufacturing is done. So being on the same time zone as where our hardware is manufactured is a huge advantage in iterating and controlling and managing production. Perth is just a great place to live and work. The pace of life is easily manageable. It's a great place to grow up a family, and I love living here. We knew we were founding a global company. We knew that we wouldn't be always and only hiring people in Perth. We knew we'd be building teams over east. We knew we'd be building teams internationally. And and so the growth of the company has been around growing teams around the world at the same time as growing a core team here in Perth and Western Australia. And what's ended up happening is locations take on functional roles. So we started mostly doing software in Western Australia, and that's still predominantly what we do. We started doing hardware predominantly in Melbourne, and that's what we continue to do. Content and marketing assets tend to be done in the US, and now we're growing a network of salespeople wherever we need them. Welcome to Vitruvian. This is the space where we live and work most days in Western Australia. We've got crap everywhere. We got mess, we got dust, we got trees, we got coffee grounds, we got machines getting made and rebuilt. We've got amazing software developers like this guy and that guy. We've got amazing designers as well. There are challenges to starting and growing a technology company from Perth. One of those is raising capital. It's no secret that Silicon Valley remains really the hub of technology and technology financing around the world. And I think Vitruvian would likely have had a faster and easier time of raising capital if we'd been based there. But it's also an opportunity, because it means that we have to work harder and smarter with the capital that we are able to raise. There's really no limits anymore in this day and age to where you can work, where you have to work, where you want to work, where you want to raise capital from. There's no limits anymore. It's a tiny, tiny world. So in 4 years we've gone from inventing a product and a modality to doing a pre-sales campaign, selling out of a generation 1 piece of hardware, launching a second generation piece of hardware, and to the point now where we are scaling. We've sold in over 40 countries to consumers who buy the product to work out at home. And we've got a growing deployment in gyms and studios and hotels around the world. So we have a dual-pronged home training network and a growing commercial training networks. And we solve problems for both the home user and in a commercial setting, and we solve similar problems but in different ways. So what Vitruvian does in bringing what I think is the world's best resistance training technology is we solve, in varying degrees, convenience, effectiveness and efficiencies for people or businesses, which is really, when you think about it, is what technology does almost everywhere. In whatever setting it touches, it tends to be bring experiences that are more convenient, more effective and more efficient. So we're just doing what technology does in our own particular domain. So if you're listening and you've got an idea and you want to found a company and you're wondering whether you want to do it in Perth, you're wondering whether you want to do it in Australia or wherever you are from, my advice and encouragement is do it. Don't delay. Don't wait another day. Start today. And if you think you've got a good idea, you probably do. You've probably at this point already gone through a lot of thought work around what a good idea would be. And if you're wondering whether to found a company in Australia, in Perth, my answer is yes, do it right now and be product-led from the get-go. Have your idea and chase that idea and build the product. And just do that and do not stop. And if your idea was half decent, which it probably is, you'll do fine. What to look out for in particular, I don't know. But definitely keep your eyes open. Be looking around, be listening, be learning, be aware in every facet, in everything you touch, everything you look at. Have an open mind and be gathering information, listening and learning. We're no longer a startup, we're a growth stage company. We have product market fit, we know what we're good at, we know where the opportunities are and we're chasing them down now in 2023. We're chasing down the commercial opportunities and we're scaling the at-home training network, and it's just go for growth. That's a very exciting phase to be in a company when you're able to do all the work and talk to customers and craft and hone your product so that you get to the point where you have something and you know that you have something that your customers love. And that's when a company goes critical, or when it's like meltdown time, actually in a good way, melt up time, when you've got it, you've got your product right, your customers are telling you've got it right, and it's all you've got to do now is pour fuel on the fire. It's a very exciting time for Vitruvian, and I'm looking forward to setting fire to this place, figuratively, in 2023. So it's coffee time at Vitruvian after a busy morning's work, and thanks for coming.